Greetings, brothers and sisters. We have finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Of course, hand clap goes out to all the Mystelics army and the new individuals who tune in to see what's up with my thoughts and comments, brothers and sisters. Big up all yourself for being a part of this here vibrations. And of course, let me know your thoughts and comments. Where in the comment box below. Of course, in the comment box below. Don't be shy in the comment box below, brothers and sisters. Let me know what you guys have to say, especially when concerning the situation with the reaction on this here channel, brothers and sisters. An interesting thing actually took place on Sunday, so we're gonna be talking about that right there. Of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Don't be shy to click it as well. Don't be shy. We are courageous, brothers and sisters. Click the thumbs up button right there. I'd appreciate you guys definitely doing so. And of course, don't forget, if you've not done so yet, subscribe for more vibrations, as they do definitely tend to come through right there. And then, of course, if you want to go check out the previous video actually dropped earlier on today, that link will be in the first comment in the comment box below. So definitely check it out. Most likely it'll be at the end of this video as well. You'll see something pop up on the screen sometime later on. But of course, definitely check the links if you want to go check them out in that regard. Ready? Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations. Of course, we have this sentiment. What's going on, brothers and sisters? The bird is on the ground. I see a crane, I see a bird, I see trucks. What exactly is going on? Well, something interesting actually took place on Sunday, brothers and sisters, and I believe this is WestJet. Yes, brothers and sisters, WestJet is indeed, this is actually in St. Martin where the plane was about to land, and this is what took place right there. So as you can see, as normal, the plane is coming in. You know, people are filming. The sea looks interesting, two different colors. Okay, all right then. And it's coming in, brothers and sisters. And as usual, people are definitely, you know, on there waiting for the wind blast of the jet engines. All right. And the plane is coming down, brothers and sisters. The plane, not plane, plane. Wow. And it looks like it has, there was some sort of interesting angle when it landed. Maybe the wind pushed it aside or something of that sort, and it crash landed, brothers and sisters. And of course, it seemed like the wheel, something was wrong with the wheel. You can pretty much tell that there's something wrong with the wheel. As you can see, there's smoke coming out from it. And you know, this is what happened in St. Martin, brothers and sisters, at the Princess Julian International Airport, I believe it is. Yeah, you can see the smoke is heavily coming out right there as a result of the crash landing. I'm not sure if there was some sort of problem before it landed, and of course they said, hey, just land the plane and we'll take care of things afterwards. But when it landed, brothers and sisters, this is the situation. This is what it looked like right there. A number of persons or officials have gathered to ensure that everything is fine and dandy. And what we do notice is when they tell you, when you're in the airport and they tell you, hey, if there's a situation or accident or whatever, this is what's gonna happen, where you don't have the steps and stuff. You have this thing that you just jump out of the plane. Don't jump out, but you jump out onto the rubbery thing right there, and the exit. You see, just like this, the exit regions.
Never thought I'd see something like this on SM.
Yeah, that's interesting. So this is WestJet, guys. And the plane, if you notice, the plane, well, it looks like the plane is actually leaning. Maybe it's the angle of the camera, but it looks like it's leaning on the side where I think the wheel maybe might have burst or something of that sort. Yeah, it's definitely leaning.
Crash landing, kind of.
Yeah. Kudos to the pilot, man. Kudos to the pilot. The plane didn't go up in flames and all that stuff. Kudos to the pilot, whatever the situation. And of course, you can see some of the officials, maybe journalists or camera individuals, or you know, maybe the spectators, or maybe these are some of the passengers as well.
Okay, for sure, these tourists will never forget someone.
These are tourists. What are the tourists doing inside the airport? So yes, guys, you can pretty much see me. I take in my backpack way. I know they don't say don't carry luggage with what? My laptop. If the plane have to catch fire, my laptop inside there. Guys, I bring my laptop for me, please. I'll take my laptop and go. It doesn't look too serious. I was like, where's the fire truck? But I believe this is the fire truck right there. To ensure a number of the trucks actually there, guys. This is the ambulance in action. So yeah, there have been a good response. The question I have to put here, brothers and sisters, when it comes down to Dominica, does Dominica have this kind of response? I think so. I think so, because I know an actual individual that works at the airport who is, you know, part of the emergency team, and I would believe so. I would definitely believe so. Fire trucks there, just in case anything were to happen, you know. Yeah. It's just that with Dominica doesn't have a proper search and rescue team. I will leave that there. But let's continue on St. Martin. So this is another angle from another individual.
So if we look here, we see some kind of landing gear failure or some sort of problem. The engine is flat on.
So what this seemed to be, let me zoom in, guys. Thank God for technology. You see me? Thank God for technology indeed. I was like, what is going on? But it looks like
So if we look,
they were probably trying to cool down the engine or something.
we see some kind of landing gear failure or some sort of problem.
Making sure nothing catches fire.
Flat on the ground.
That's probably standard protocol.
While we.
But the thing is on the ground. Doesn't the engine look like it's on the ground? It looks like it's on the ground, or maybe it's just the angle right there.
Landing gear failure or some sort of problem. The engine is flat on the ground.
Okay, it's on the ground. So yeah, that's most likely the other side. What we were looking at was at the back. So I'm guessing the person is on the other end. So we're having different angles, guys. Different angles. So yes, the plane is definitely tilted. Well, in this region, it's tilted this way.
Gear failure or some sort of problem. The engine is flat on the ground. While we.
But thank God nobody got hurt or injured from my understanding. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is the other angle right there. This is people coming out. Yeah, as you can clearly see, the engine is on the ground. Yeah, definitely on the ground. Kudos to the pilots, men, that tried their best to bring people back and forth and to ensure the safety of the passengers as well as themselves. I think some people tend to forget that the pilot is also on the plane, so he wants to live or she wants to live, and therefore will definitely try their best to ensure that there's safety right there. Of course, WestJet actually put out a statement. As you can see right there, they put out a statement. Please review action as required to ensure you receive emails from WestJet. Okay, dear so-and-so, I am reaching out to personally thank you for your patience and cooperation today. I landed a landing incident of this nature can be an unsettling experience, and on behalf of WestJet, I want to acknowledge the emotions you must have felt. Earlier today, WS 2276, they don't normally see the 2276, they say 2276, operating from Toronto to St. Martin. So he came from Canada to St. Martin, experienced an incident during landing, a landing incident. Our crew brought the aircraft to a safe stop and emergency services responded immediately. Our crew executed their safety training. I saw they would spray in the jet and stuff. Oh, yeah, spray. So I'm guessing that's the emergency crew. So of course the crew, where was I? Our crew executed their safety training with professionalism, and medical teams attended to a few guests as a precaution. We are grateful for these fast actions, and we are also deeply grateful to you and your fellow guests on board for following emergency procedures and supporting the evacuation. Your cooperation was essential to everyone's safety. We recognize the stress and uncertainty, and I think that's probably where people might want to jump in and say, hey, you know, like when you get an incident or accident or something of that sort, and you know, the crash jam into your bumper or something, and you have whiplash and you have to go to the insurance and get some monies. Maybe they're gonna give the people some monies as a result of this. Do you think? I think if people were to even sue, hey, I was so scared out of my mind, I lost my mind, I was like, no, I'm not sure what to do, oh my God. You know, probably people would probably try to sue the plane for the stress, the very thing they're talking about right there. We recognize the stress and uncertainty such an incident can cause, and we are here to support you, to provide you with the highest standard of care. This individual, Powell, WestJet's Vice President of Airports, will be arriving on occasion tomorrow afternoon, and we will be available to address your questions and immediate needs. Of course, can be reached at this thing. So if you want to plane and you don't know, there you go. You can reach them out there. In addition, if you are returning to Toronto next Sunday, September 14th, on flight, the same flight, well, I guess they have to fix the flight there, on flight WS 2277, Michelle Individual, WestJet's Vice President of Guest Experience, will join you on that flight and will be available to answer any further questions. Right there, this was sent to me, guys. So yeah, it's interesting. But when it comes to the sentiment right there, I mean, I remember a situation where the plane had a crash landing and they went ahead. I think they were giving all the passengers about $20,000 or $30,000. I think they gave them some money. They went ahead and gave people monies. Hey, sorry for the incident. We are so sorry that this happened, and so forth and so forth. Landing layer problems, whatever. The stress it might cause. And then they went ahead immediately and decided, hey, I'm going to give the people $20,000 or whatever amount, 15, 20. I think it's about 20 or 30. I think it's $20,000 if I remember correctly. But they gave the people some amount of money, guys. They just went ahead and give all the passengers that amount of money. And if you reject it and say, hey, no, I don't want that $20,000. I am really stressful. I need to sue the company and what have you. Because they know when they do that, they set out the money for the $20,000. They know what's going to happen is that a lot of people will take it. So they would avoid being sued by everybody on the plane, or even doing it collectively where they have to pay off millions upon millions of dollars. So they just went ahead, and if you took the offer, then that's it. Thank you so much, and so forth. If it's me, if you give me $20,000, thank you. You know, I don't want to spend money. No. I good. Thank you so much. I think that's probably what WestJet should have done right there. At least say, okay, we give you guys $10,000. You know, or $5,000 or something. You know, nothing too crazy happened right there, but it can definitely cause some stress and distress in individuals right there. So maybe they should have done this. Well, I'm sure some individuals would probably most likely try to sue the plane, the airline for that situation right there. I'm sure. You know, is there a clause where people will say, where they will be like, okay, well, hop on board, you hop at your own risk? Maybe they will tell people, hey, there was a clause that say hop at your own risk or something. And you know, but me, if it's me, at least if they, or whatever they offer, if I was on the plane, whatever they offer me, I'll take it, man. I'll take it and say thank you. I'll definitely fly on you again. I might not fly on them again, you know, but, you know, certain things like that might happen, brothers and sisters. So I most likely will fly on them again. What are thoughts, guys? If you were the individuals on the plane, would you sue the plane? Would you expect some sort of compensation? What exactly would your ideology on that be? Anyways, news, runway cleared. Of course, the runway was cleared. They organized the situation, cleaning up, runway inspections, then airport opened for business. So the airport was opened yesterday. So that situation, I think, happened on Sunday, and it was reopened yesterday, brothers and sisters. The individuals in St. Martin told me it was opened yesterday. So yeah, there's also this individual right there. Let me make sure this looks better. I don't know why people like to film like this, but we're making it look better, man. Let's continue.
Hey, travelers. Extreme good news. We are now reopened. The runway is clear and you can now take off or land in St. Martin here at Princess Juliana International Airport.
And there's some people going to be like, oh, I never travel into St. Martin again. Never. Me, no. That's just ignorance, brothers and sisters. Just like a number of persons always tell me, Mystelics people just end up in bike accidents. I say, okay, well, don't ride bikes. What about the people that ended up in vehicular accidents and you're still driving in vehicle? What about that? What about that? You saying bikes are dangerous. Okay, some people have passed away from bikes. A lot of people have passed away from vehicular accidents as well. We have a number of emblems all over the place where, especially, I remember even in Point Wrong area, Mon Espanol area as well, a number of persons passed away there. But people don't seem to think of it that way. Oh no, they just think bike is bad. Well, some people might think plane is bad, so no, or St. Martin have John B. So we're not going St. Martin again. That's just plain ignorance right there. Situations tend to happen. And when situations tend to happen, you do your best with what? The information you have. Whether you decide, hey, I don't want to go for there, or decide situations like this happen, or you might go somewhere else and it happens over there, you know. So remember the situation that took place in Toronto with the all-female crew flight just just jam. It's not funny, but individuals lost their lives right there. So sympathy goes out to them. But what we have done in that situation, would you definitely sue the plane, or would you expect some sort of compensation?
We urge you to go to your airline websites or contact your airlines directly so that you can have the most up-to-date information on any flights that reschedulement or any flight cancellations that there may be. We wish you a safe trip home or welcome to St. Martin.
Okay, that's an interesting way of telling people welcome to St. Martin. But of course, I guess, can always use the bads of the negative things to, even promote St. Martin right there. It doesn't, there's another situation. This one is in Dominica, brothers and sisters. I got about trouble. There's a bit of a situation when it comes on to the airport. And it seems like the making of Dominica's International Airport comes at a detriment to the citizens living in that region. I think they want the West Coast Road, they mash up the West Coast, not the West Coast Road, the Kalibishi, Portsmouth to Kalibishi Road. They kind of, not from Portsmouth, I think it's probably around, probably the Kalibishi region Kalibishi to Marigot Road is in turmoil. So they stopped there because they didn't have the proper soil or something of that sort. So they went on the other side, or maybe the soil finished, so they went to the other side. And this is around the Concord Region Road. And this is the kind of situation people have to go through when it comes on to the dump trucks. Dump trucks are carrying mud and sand and soil, and they're, I guess, not properly covering it, or maybe the trucks are the ones leaving. Bring that back a little.
These are the Chinese on our main route to the airport, our route to the airport.
So with this one, there's a lot of mud. On the other side, from Kalibishi to Marigot, the Marigot side, there's a lot of potholes and destruction, and what is being done about that, I have no idea. So that is the road conditions in Dominica. I believe it's a Concord region. Mud, just mud everywhere. So every time you come to work, you definitely have to wash your vehicle. Right there, that's interesting. So these are the trucks that you're seeing. It seems like they're dumping or collecting mud or soil for them to put in the airport. And then you have this way right there. I think if the officials really cared, I think one of the things that they probably should have tried to do is notice, especially now, guys, let's think about this. The trucks are building the international airport. They need to transfer soil or whatever they have to do. Hey, that's what they say. That's what they have to do. So there will definitely be mud and stuff on the road. No doubt about it. The problem here is knowing that probably they should have a time frame where they decide to clean the road. Let's say people are coming at work from 4 to 6 o'clock. Between 4 to 6 o'clock, they make sure that the road is clean. Use water and, hire people. You're always talking about jobs. Hire people to clean the road so that around between 4 to 6 o'clock around that region, people have cleaner access to reach at their homes, and, at least something of that sort. You just kind of have mud just all over the place. Just look, mud, look me. Come and drive through me, use a pigsty, not true? Brothers and sisters, I think they need to do better than this, because this is not acceptable. This should not be acceptable right there. Especially when the citizens are like third-class citizens in their own country. You have the Prime Minister being the first-class citizens, then you have the Chinese folks that are doing this airport thing, second-class citizens, and then you have the citizens of the country being the third-class citizens. Because they're just doing whatever they want, and they don't care. It's like they don't care. I don't care. I'm doing my job. I did my job. All your government is supposed to handle this, not me. And I think the government should probably step in to help sure that they clear the road. So at least, or by the time, or what they could most likely do is do this thing in the nighttime when there's less traffic. One of the things that I noticed in the United States and a number of places around the world, especially, in certain places around the world, they tend to do these kind of things in the nighttime. And when it comes down to the daytime, I guess they will sleep like vampire. The Chinese will have to sleep like vampire. Sleep in the daytime between 8 to 4 or 8 to 6 and start the work at around 7 o'clock. And then work from 7 to 6 o'clock. You have lights. It's not like your truck don't have light. Your truck have light. You can do these things and go back and forth, back and forth. But then I guess some people might complain and say, oh, the truck passing back and forth and I cannot sleep. Well, if you can't sleep, well, what else? What else? What would be the solution for this situation right here, guys? I would really like to know what would be the solution, because they claim that they build an international airport, and as a result, you would definitely see the evidence of them building something. An international airport, they claim, all right? Like I said, I can see the international airport with my own eyes. I will not believe it until I touch it, brothers and sisters, because the way things are going, I just would not believe them at all, okay? Now, with that sentiment right there, what would you have done to help alleviate this situation? I think maybe working in nighttime would help, or having a certain time frame where you clean the road and then, you know, people pass back and forth so the tires wouldn't have to be muddy every day, you know, and making it more, I don't know. I just think there's a solution to every problem. And there sometimes needs to be compromise when it comes down to the situation. The citizens should be the first. The citizens should be first class and treated as first class, brothers and sisters. You know what is first class? You ever fly in a plane and fly first class, brothers and sisters? You ever do that? You should probably try it, and then you'll understand that this is what the first class citizenship is like. To treat them with utmost respect. They come and say, hey, sir, they call you by name. Hey, so-and-so. Hey, Mystelics. Hey, would you like a drink? Would you like this? Can I have the menu, please? You know? Would you like a menu? Yes, please. We have a number of entrees. Would you like to start? You know? Those kind of things there. Not, oh, look, just treating you like you're in the back seat of the coach, man. You in the back department. That's what they treat Dominicans, you know. You in the back department. You know, they don't throw bag in thing and mash up your bag. That's what they are, the citizens. Just throw them in the back of the thing. Or you're on the plane already. All right. Throw you at the back of the plane, the baggage area. And then when you're ready, they just throw you back out and put you on tarmac, and that's crazy right there. But I think something needs to be done in that situation. What would you have done in that situation as well? And what would you have done if you were one of the passengers on the plane of WestJet in St. Martin? Would you sue them? Would you be like, okay, I thank God I survived. That's enough for me. Thank you, Jesus. You know? What would you have done, guys? Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment box below as well. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Mystelics once again. If you enjoy these vibrations or appreciate my concise, don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you've not done so yet. Share this video if you also want to share it. I would appreciate that right there. And of course, don't forget to do what? Subscribe for more vibrations, as they do definitely tend to come through right there. Of course, check the previous video I actually did today. It probably popped up somewhere, brothers and sisters, somewhere down there, maybe. All right. Anyways, that's it, brothers and sisters. Be real, Salah the King. Always. Thanks so much for watching. Be positive.